Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today I'm going to be doing a Temu unboxing. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in, and for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So you guys, I caved in. I've been looking for a humidifier, which tends to be a bit pricey. So I actually saw a humidifier on Just Nikki's channel, and she said she had got hers from Temu. So I went on there and I got it, and I threw in some things as well. So the first package that I am opening up here, I needed some replacement solar light lids for my mason jars that I put out in my garden. So I saw a 6-pack, and hopefully this ends up working, and hopefully those lids are kind of universal. I thought it was kind of strange that, like, when you go on Amazon and you buy those mason jar lights, it comes with a complete package, but they do sell lids separately, and they're from multiple sellers. So I was curious to see if they're all the same size, and this being Temu, I really didn't know what I was expecting. So I thought the shipping would take a fairly long time, and it kind of didn't. I mean, I don't know. I guess we're so used to Amazon Prime these days. It did take maybe 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks for me to get this. So, I mean, I think that's about standard, but I assumed that this was coming from another country, so I was expecting to get it like in a month, but I didn't. So this package also comes with the mason jar holders, which I think is pretty great. It means I can just go to like a dollar store or Michael's or a hobby store or whatever, and buy some more of these mason jars that will hopefully fit these lids. But these seem to be the same size lids that I'm currently using, and this time I got just the solar power ones. The last ones that I got were solar powered with rechargeable batteries. That kind of conked out right away, so I wasn't really expecting much, and to be honest, I really wasn't expecting much from these as well. Um, I think a 6-pack was like less than $10 or something like that, which was substantially cheaper than the full set of mason jar with solar lids that I got from Amazon. So I can see that being a reason why, but we'll see how these guys work. If they last at least a little bit longer than the ones I had, but they pretty much look standard on this. So I'm just laying these out here under this lamp, just because they're newly opened. I don't know if there's charge in it, but sitting under the light for a little bit, I am just gonna try them out, and they do work, and they're really pretty. And this is why I got this, you guys. I love the whole idea of fairy lights or glow in the dark. What do they call those? Glow in the dark bugs or fireflies. There you go. Anyway, I replaced the lids. They look nice now, and that light is just looking really pretty on my tree haul there. So you can kind of see, and this is like dusk. It's not even super dark yet, but you can imagine if you have a bunch of these strung about in your backyard or something, it makes it look really nice, or maybe a little intimate setting on an end table. But it reminds me of catching fireflies as a kid. This is a lot safer and I guess less cruel, but I like how those look. So onto the humidifier. Now this is not exactly the humidifier I saw or had in mind, but I saw that they have a portable humidifier. So I think I'm dealing with these allergies as I'm getting older, and I just think that maybe if the air was more humid, that I wouldn't be coughing so much. So I did see this and I wanted to try it out. I didn't try it in this film, but I did try it in my car later. It's a really nice personal humidifier. You can feel the you can see the humidity coming out of it, and you can feel it too coming out of that spout there in the middle. Now, if you just throw in ice, they say that, colder air will come out of it, and that is 100% true because I threw some ice cubes in there on my one of my drives, and it ended up being, I mean, it's decent. It's not like it's an air conditioner or anything, but it was good enough to use in a short period of time. So I'm glad I got this. It looks like a thermos. It fits in the cup holder. It's got the C cord connection there. That little spinny rose gold wheel thing is just for decoration. It comes with its own cord that you connect to a USB. And it's fairly simple parts to this, you guys. And I can't remember how much this was, but I think I spent less than, I mean, it's either less than $10 or between $10 and $20. I didn't really, my total for this purchase with everything probably was about 60 bucks. So I don't know. You can only imagine how each of this stuff was. But I'll try to put the links in the description box below if you end up wanting to get any of these yourself. But moving on to what I was really looking for is the larger humidifier. This isn't exactly the one that I saw on Just Nikki's channel, but this one has a fan. I was looking for ones that were a humidifier as well as a fan, and this had both. And it's not, again, it's like more of a personal one. So when I'm working and I have my little workspace and I have this on, there's like 3 levels. It does work fairly well actually for one person. As far as putting it in a room, I don't know. I'm not too sure. The humidifier aspect of it, maybe it does work a room. But as far as the air cooling part of it, yeah, it's definitely made for one person. You can put ice cubes in this as well. And I actually used this over the weekend while I was grilling. It was very hot out. It wasn't, super cold or anything, but it definitely was a saving grace compared to just being out there with nothing. So here's the instruction book. It's fairly easy. The only complicated thing for me was the cartridge that comes inside, that you just have to start it up by soaking it up before turning on your humidifier. And I think that's just so that it blows out cooler air. You can wash the filter over and over again, so you don't have to like buy a replacement. But it's fairly simple to use. So when I received this though, upon opening it, this is pretty much, it all came in a bag, you guys. It didn't come in a box. And if you look at the shipping, it'll show you where it came from. So this definitely came from overseas. So I was expecting some breakages. So this humidifier comes with like these directional blades so that you can direct which way the wind is blowing. I ended up getting this little piece here broken off. You know what? I don't really know if it would help holding up that little lid, but it's so little that it still kind of holds up on its own. So rather than try to get an exchange or return it, I'm just going to keep it as is. I can always use Gorilla Glue later if I really feel the need to glue that piece back on there. But otherwise, I did end up using this, like I said. So all is gravy. That little piece isn't gonna make or break that whole humidifier. So last but not least, I did get these temperature changing powders. I thought these were like the coolest thing, and I didn't know if Temu would have them, but I saw on an Instagram reel someone using them as a dip powder, and once they had dipped the nail in the pot, the base of the nail area turned silver. So I went on Temu and I just typed in like temperature changing powders, and up popped up. There wasn't a lot of selections. It was actually, I think it was like two that I saw that I actually ordered. So this one here, I mean, you're gonna. I mixed it all up, so you can't really tell which one was from which. But if it's a reflective glitter, it was a reflective glitter temperature changing powder. And then the other one is just a pigment powder. I think I was able to buy all of the colors that they had for the reflective glitter, which is great. But unfortunately for the pigment powder temperature changing ones, they had maybe 6 available, 8 available, I don't remember. And they out of that 8 or 6, only 2 was really available to purchase. The other ones are sold out. So I did click on an email notification to let me know when they restocked those colors. So, I mean, as of yet, I have heard nothing, and it's been about a couple of weeks or so. So I really hope that they end up bringing back those other colors, because I thought it was nice. Otherwise, maybe I could go back on there and look for some more temperature changing pigment powders. But I thought that the fact that they come in powders, it was really interesting to me, because I've only seen the temperature changing stuff in gel polish, and I do have an acrylic that no, that glows. Yeah. No, I've not had any temperature changing powder anything. So these are going to be very interesting to try out. I hope that they work. So I really don't remember what they turn into. So as I swatch them, which will be in this video, we'll get to see what colors we ended up getting. But opening them already, you can see like how reflective these glitters are. So even if they're not temperature changing as much as I thought like would expect, or if they don't change at all, just the powders by itself looks really good. And I'm just gonna have to think of some sort of nail design to where I can incorporate these guys. And if you remember a while back, I finally got sugaring glitters, and I still have yet to incorporate that in a nail design. I don't know. Sometimes things that I've been wanting forever, and then I end up getting it, and then I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. So we'll see. But I'm just going to lay these guys out here as I open them. So that we can see what we got. Those 6 are the reflective glitters, and then the last 2 here are going to be the pigment powders. So I'm just going to be removing the seal on top, which was very easy to remove, so I'm really happy about that. The pots were, the pigment powder pots were filled almost to the brim. The reflective glitters had different levels of fill, so I hate when that happens, but I guess they judge by weight, which I really don't like either. They should all just put it enough to fill the pot. And not even fill it, because overfilling is very annoying to me. But filling it just enough, because sometimes maybe whatever's in the powders, it makes it weigh more than another powder. So when you put them together, you can see one that's almost full, and then one that looks like nothing. So, and you guys, like when they put these things in there, they're not just dropping it in. It has some sort of like injector needle. I mean, it's not the type of needle that we think of needle, but like a larger or nozzle, I guess, that blows air out at the same time. So when you think about weight, like when do they weigh it? How do you know it's not the pockets of air that's putting all that weight? I don't know really how it works, but I'm trying to think of any other explanation there could possibly be as to why some pots are fuller than others. So let's look at our first nail here. I am just putting on a layer of base coat, and I'm going to be dipping this into my pot with the pigment. I know you could just like rub it in there, but I don't know how saturated you need this to be a nice bold color. So I'm just going to do it this way. Plus I don't have to whip out my other gels and applicators and stuff. Just going to make sure that I get all the edges. And I'm going to use my cuticle pusher to tap out the excess. But this is it's very pigmented for the color that it is. I guess the word I can use is opaque. But yeah, so I'm just going to dust this off. And then I'm going to put this under the lamp for a bit. And coming back, we're going to take a look at the color difference when you put these kinds of temperature changing anything under the lamp kind of heats it up already. So you'll end up getting the color result for when the nail is hot. And we can compare it to the pot, which is at room temperature, which kind of, I guess, deems it cold. But yeah, I like how it looks already. It covers very well. And this one here, it turns an orange, I guess. And this is all real time, so I'm trying to see how long it takes before it shifts back to its original color. And it does take a few seconds here. In a minute, I guess it'll probably back to its starting color. But I can imagine if you have this on your hands, it'll remain the orange where your nail bed is the warmest, or if you end up washing your hands, but then it'll, parts of it will change back into its original color. So I'm going to do this again to the remaining pots, and we're just going to sit back and watch what they end up looking like. we are going to try the reflective powders. And again, I'm going to use a layer of base coat, and before I cure that, I'm going to dip the nail into the pot, and we're starting off with this beautiful green. And I'm excited to see what it's going to end up looking like. The two pigment powders had some drastic color change, so I'm curious. There's also a part of me that thinks these are like just regular reflective powder and they won't change, because I've bought things in the past where it's supposed to do something and then it never does. So we'll see. So after that's cured, I'm putting both of these together. It looks like the nail is lighter in shade. Maybe I didn't leave it long enough, but it's almost similar. So at this point, like, I am kind of disappointed just because the pigment powders did have such a significant color change. So I don't know, maybe it's my eyes, maybe it's just that one, but I want to check out the other pots to see if those end up having a change to them. And here's this one. I mean, it's a definite color change. It's looking more grayish or silvery than the yellow in the pot. So this one definitely has a color change in it. I'm glad that it does, and that these reflective pots are just not, fake. Or I would feel bad if I was duped. But I have to say that these reflective powders look so pretty on their own. I'm really liking swatching each one before I end up carrying it, but we'll see what these other pots have. Here is that pink one, and it's definitely a color change. They all, you know what? They all seem to be getting lighter in shade. So I think that is what the change is. I don't think they change into different colors. I think they change into a lighter color than what they currently are. So I don't know. We're gonna try this. What is this? It's like more of a rouge or reddish type powder. And each one is definitely confirming that they're a lighter shade. This looks more like a purple, but it's like a silver shade. So let's just assume that I think all of these reflective powders definitely change into a lighter silvery shade. So we have 2 pots left, and we will see what they end up looking like. So here is such a drastic change. I think all of them turn into this like grayish silvery color. This kind of looks like what I saw on Instagram, but it was a much bigger pot and it looked like it came from a legit company unless it was just poured into a nice pot. But yeah, so that's a drastic look and I like that color combo. So let's see what this last one looks like. But that is going to be it for this haul, you guys. This last one is probably the best one. It has a nice soft color to start, and then that is the brightest silver that we've seen off of these nails so far. So I think I really like that last one. But this is the end of my little Temu haul, you guys. I got sucked in because all of you are doing it. And I really needed some things that ended up being for an affordable price for what they are. So all in all, I'll probably go back on there sometime. It's just at the moment, I really have no thoughts on what I need. So I don't know. Who knows when the next haul will be. But you guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And don't forget to read the description box. I have the rules for my 3 giveaways that I'm going to be doing. So look out for that. And then also I wanted to let you guys know that later this week I am doing another episode of Rerun Workshop. And then of course we have Night at the Improv, as well as Tuesday we are doing Recap the Nightcap at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. To find out which set I'm going to be doing out of the 3 nails I did Saturday night, go to my community tab and vote for which one you end up wanting to see in a set. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.